as you know, I'm Majed. I've been a product designer for probably 6 years now. I'm currently working with a higher education software company. I started my own company last year. It's enjoyable. It's never boring. I actually have a question or a couple questions for you. When you're going in school and people telling you how cool visual effects is, and you're having all these professors kind of like setting the scene for you, this is how it is, this is going to be great, so on and so forth. Did it match that expectation when you got into the work field or the workforce in studios? And how did it differ? And what do you hate about it or like about it, or both?
Well, for me, actually even getting into the industry was just very difficult because, I got my bachelor's at SCAD in visual effects, and then I graduated, could not get a job, applying everywhere under the sun, went back for master's out of desperation, also, because I was young and dumb. And after my master's, near the end of it, the only thing I could land were, and this is how you could tell I improved, I went from 0 offers to 2 offers. However, they were both unpaid internships, so haha.
Oh.
So of course, being the desperate person I was, I took one of them. It was a pretty good choice. Like, I wouldn't recommend anyone do something that's unpaid, but it did get me my first 2 film credits, and I was like, all right, so now I'm off to the races. Bigger and better things. That didn't happen for maybe 2 years. I freelanced around with varying degrees of success. I worked for a medical animation studio for a while that ended in chaos and flames. Surprise of all surprises, the things that I told them in the interview that I had no experience in were the things that they let go of me for having no experience in after 6 months. So, and yeah, because I had my master's, I was able to teach at a university for a while, which felt like the highest form of fraud because I was teaching things I couldn't get paid to do. It all did pay off because after all this time of applying to every single tangentially related opening to what I wanted to do, I did get an offer from MPC in Montreal. So I moved up there. You'd think like, oh cool, this is the happy ending, right? Well, unfortunately, once you break that wall down with your forehead, there's like a bed of nails after that wall that you have to traverse with your bare feet, which of course is about as much fun as it sounds. And don't get me wrong, I really enjoy working in the VFX and animation industry. I am a masochist after all, as we have established. But if you're looking for creative fulfillment, or artistic fulfillment, which I think is kind of how the industry is pitched a little bit. You watch behind the scenes things on any Blu-ray or DVD, the making of featurettes, and it's just like, oh, look at them creating this beautiful stuff. But what you don't realize is that at the junior to senior artist level, you're not going to be making any creative calls, right? Someone's going to hand you almost like a formula and say, okay, implement this exactly, and then you will attempt to do that. There's going to be like a little bit of creativity here and there, but by and large, it is being a cog in a larger machine trying to fulfill someone else's vision. The thing I did not expect was that you're going to have to release your creativity outside of the office. So that's, when I started doing my short films and started this YouTube channel and all that stuff, just because you can probably relate to this, but I have a mind that will not stop filling up with ideas and concepts. There are no holes, so it just keeps filling up like a balloon and it's going to explode if you don't find some sort of release valve. I think in terms of the industry, it's the usual stuff. My professors, I had some good long talks with some of the more jaded ones, which helped a lot entering the industry. So I did know that having things like a family or a good, healthy relationship with a partner or living in the same place for many, many years, like these were all probably unrealistic to a certain degree. But for myself, I've found pathways around those things. So when I finally found my partner, I dragged her into the film industry as well. So now she can suffer the same things. And that does help a lot because I know a lot of artists, there's a strain on their relationship when they come home and all of that baggage comes with them onto their family. And yeah, I move a lot. I do move a lot. That's never going to be easy. But I do love working on movies. The first animated film I've ever done matte paintings for, Hotel Transylvania 3, is coming out this summer. And dude, working on an animated film is night and day different from working in VFX. It could just be that the studio I work for right now treats their employees really well, which is true. If I could not work for any other studio but them until I start my own thing, I'd be totally happy. It's been a long time to reach this place. Also, it's that with something that's animated, you can't just grab photos off the internet for a matte painting and then make them work together and project them. Like you do some painting on your own. So in practice, it feels more creative, even if it isn't really as creative. Yeah, that's really been my experience. I mean, ideally what I'd like to do is just keep working on my side hustles, my side movies, this YouTube channel to build an audience. Keep working for other studios until I have enough scripts together that I feel confident pitching my track record working on films, my audience that I'm building, and my scripts to investors so that I can say, hey, look, I have a trifecta. Built-in audience, proven track record, great script. You give me $7 million and I'll make you the cheapest, most beautiful animated film you've ever seen. It's not gonna, it's not gonna do Avengers money, but you're gonna make your money back. So that's my that's my plan.
I mean, you have a plan, so that's the first step. And I think it's a pretty good plan. It's a lot of the times things happen unexpectedly. You never know. You might be working on your film next year.
It's impossible to predict. It really is. This time last year, I was living in Montreal and never thought I'd be living on the West Coast anytime soon. So just a drop of a hat, right? Life changes.
Right. And I think that's what's exciting about life. I never thought I'd be able to do my business as soon as I did. And I did, thankfully. I'm glad I did do that. But it also comes with its own bunch of crap as well.
There are many people who run businesses, big businesses, and they are sort of born into it almost. Like they come from extreme wealth, or the son of a businessman who pulls them in when they reach a certain age. But coming from the bottom and building your own thing from foundation up, you are encountering so many struggles and difficulties that a lot of these CEOs of mega companies have never had to deal with. And we're both still relatively young. When you reach the same age they are, you're going to be so much more knowledgeable.
Hey, thanks for watching that video. If you liked what you saw, give us a like. If you didn't, don't. We rotate through a series of shows, so there's always something new for you. We also have 2 stores. There's the Hungry Creature Boutique and the Cool People Cool Store.